Look into your bank account. Go on. It's just a number on a screen, right? A ghost in the machine. We devote our lives to chasing these ghosts, yet do we ever stop and question how we got here? How we convinced ourselves that this piece of paper or pixel is worth more than that loaf of bread? This is not just the history of banks. It's the story of the greatest magic trick in human history. Let's travel back in time with me to where the air smelled of rot and the world was still real.
3000 BCE, ancient Sumer. Ugh. Ugh is a man of the earth, and Ugh has a problem. Ugh is just too rich. Ugh has a lot of grain, and grain is a pain. It goes bad, it gets rats the size of bears, and it's a pain in the back to carry. Ugh looks at the local temple, dry, walled in stone, and protects priests who actually think they have a direct connection with the gods. He turns over his grain for safekeeping, and in return he gets a small scratched clay tablet. That tablet, that is the point where the world ended up shattered. Ugh just exchanged stuff for an idea. He left with a piece of earth that proves him to be wealthy. The first bank wasn't founded on greed, but because we had to farm out the problem of gravity and decay. Fast forward to 14th century Florence. Smuggling gold across the Alps was an excellent way to get yourself killed by highwaymen. Meet the Medici family. They soon figured out that smuggling gold was for suckers. They coined the bill of exchange. In essence, they invented the ancient DM in order to say, "Trust me, I have the gold in Italy." So you take this small piece of paper and you show it to another guy in London, and voila, you receive your coins. We began trading reputation as opposed to trading metal. Banking was the world's social media network, but in this instance, it wasn't sharing pictures of lunch, but sharing information on who was good for it. Ledger became our new Bible. So, here's the punchline. Fractional reserve banking. It has nothing to do with bicycles or boxing matches or anything remotely interesting, but it has everything to do with bank robbery. A bank holds 10 coins. They don't just sit there, they are lent to the baker. He pays the carpenter. He pays with the 10 coins. He hands them back to the bank. It looks like new money. The banker examines the coins and believes, well, the carpenter won't be needing those today, and so he loans them out once again. It suddenly dawns on two people that they possess the same 10 coins. Money is created out of thin air, and it exists solely on the hope that we don't all show up at the window at the same time, demanding our stuff back.
Well then, what is a bank? It's not a building, of course. It's a collective delusion in which we all participate. It's the greatest human achievement. We turned nothing into the engine of civilization. Personally, I'm pleased we've managed to maintain the joke this far. We've protected our grain for 10,000 years from rats, and now we've entrusted our lives with non-existent numbers. Ugh would be dumbfounded. He'd simply be pleased he no longer has to tote the grain.